Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with day 11 of series 8 of 30 days of sketches, and Scraptember is joining in with us, and their prompt for this one is enamel dots or Nuvo drops. And I just, some of you know the story. I'm in desperate need of sleep right now because I was up all night fighting a water intrusion situation caused by the guys who built the wheelchair ramp for John not sloping it away from the house or providing any kind of drainage. So we had a very, very heavy rainstorm last night, and it blew water in, and I was up all night mopping things up and washing towels and moving boxes of things with contents that are destroyed. The box, I discovered this morning that the box that in an area that I thought had not gotten any water, there was a box of records that all deal with John's hospitalization and medical stuff. And all of that is wet and moldy, and I've got mold up on his side of the desk, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I've got some stuff coming in that's supposed to clean it. Anyway, you don't care about that. I'm going to try to do a fairly quick one. Today I've got Mixed Media Frenzy to do, and it kind of corresponds nicely with with one of the sketches for day 10. So I'm gonna I'm gonna do that later because it's gonna be a little bit more involved. But this one, it's a floral wreath with a few photos. Nothing particularly exotic about it. And I've done a whole lot of floral wreaths lately, or wreaths with flowers in a corner, and that's apparently a hot and happening design at the moment. I actually had a piece of pattern paper from a paper pad that had this wreath printed on this pink paper with a white center. So I, in need of some quiet solitude, I fussy cut that out inside and out, and I had to cut through it right here to get to the inside, but it kind of goes together nicely there. So I'm going to lay that there. I had another sheet of paper from that same paper pad that had these giant flowers, and I kind of liked the idea of working these in maybe underneath. And I'm liking yellow as the color there. So let's say, for instance, maybe I do something like that. I want to make sure it fits on the paper because that would not fit on the paper. And if I do that, so I'm going to have to overlay it, I think, maybe like that, and kind of pop it up. And I've got, let's see, if I did something like that, where it kind of goes to the outside, and then I have this, which is from a totally different piece of pattern paper. I've got some more over here. I could kind of cut that one such that I have to hide this somewhere. That's not gonna get hidden very easily. Put that out of the way. Again, I may have to use that on the inside. I could have dry fitted this together and figured some of this out ahead of time, but I just kind of threw it out there and figured we could figure it out together. I've got this flower that kind of goes with this grouping. So I thought I'd pop it up to have yet a third layer. And I have these guys cut from a box of crayons by Chamel, and I have 3 kind of yellow themed flares that I can throw in there. The photos I'm using are 3 fairly bad photos from our 31st anniversary in 2012. We were on a Greek Isles cruise, and we went to Kefalonia and took a cave tour, and this is the stalactites there, and this is as we were inside the cave, kind of emerging on the outside. And I took another one like this, which is pretty much a copy of that, so I don't necessarily need both of those. I was thinking maybe, I hate to cover up that yellow flower, so maybe underneath this guy I could insert that, and maybe up here I can put that right there, and then I didn't want to do any matting on the photos, and in retrospect that seems like that might not be the best decision. There's probably enough paper to get a pink matte, maybe not. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do a white matte, so let's just get started on that. I'll sit down and hope I don't knock the tripod off its balance there. And the noise you hear in the background are the guys drilling through the concrete ramp to install a drainage channel. And in my humble opinion, the location of the drainage panel and the size of it are not right. But if it doesn't work, they're just coming back out and doing it again. James is taking care of reporting to the Better Business Bureau, and we have mold. I hadn't noticed that area that was, I thought, didn't get wet. Apparently had gotten wet the last time there was a rain and water came in, and I missed it. So there's mold in several places. So we've got a mold remediation expert coming out to see if it's something we can do. Oh, you know what? I matted the wrong photo. Which means maybe I want to try to use that one. Maybe not. Let me get the paper back. So I'm going to stop talking about the mold in the water. I was talking to a contractor that is a friend whom we trust implicitly, and he did most of the renovation work on our basement apartment, but he lives 75 miles away, and his situation is such that he needed to do work where he was. Okay, I know I'm going to have some problems once I stick this guy down, because I'm going to have trouble getting things up under it. So I know that the areas that I want to put things are here and here. So I'm going to stick here and here. And then I'll stick the others later after I get everything placed underneath them. Okay, so I was wondering how I was gonna actually do that. Okay, let's do this one first because it kind of has there. I think that will work, and then I want to put some foam under some of those elements to give them some dimension, particularly this red flower. And once I get this stuck down, I can stick everything else down once I get all these things done. Okay, so that's under there, that's fine. And that, okay, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna do this flower kind of coming from there. And excuse me. Just for those of you who are tracking my bronchitis, it's much, much, much better. Even with the fact that I got practically no sleep last night. My cough is much better, and maybe to say non-existent. I kind of thought maybe I'd I want to insert it kind of around some of the florals and have them sort of framing it. So I think that's doable there. Okay. Now, this one's going to be tricky. Do I want it this way in here? If I kind of turn it that way, I can get this blue flower. And then my photo can maybe go underneath there. Okay, that works for me. I'll put that there. And it's actually touching the other one, which I like, but it's, as you know, as you can see, it was unplanned. Okay, and I've got this that can go right there, and maybe this here, and the photo kind of off at that sort of angle. It actually would fit nicely right there, and so maybe I don't need this flower. I could do it maybe right there, but I'd cover up this. I like that gold leaf. Okay, so that is we don't need it kind of thing. And let's get this under there. I'm trying to see if it looks better at an angle like that. That one's at that angle, this one's can be at this angle. So that works out well. Now, this guy could maybe go right here, or here, because that's, you know, the black part of the cave. And I have to tell you, I don't think we saw any toucans in Greece. But I'm okay with using something just because it's cute. And that is cute, you gotta admit that, right? Let's see. Here I have, this is what I need to tack this down. There we go. And I have the other toucan, which could kind of go just right there, right? I like it. I'm going to stick the branch under the photo. It's not going to go all the way. I'll just kind of snip it off there. And that's such a terrible photo of the stalactites that it doesn't bother me if his beak kind of overshadows it. I don't think I need this photo. So it goes in the don't need it pile. Let me see where the flares are gonna go. I may only use 2, but I kind of like using things in 3s. So we'll see. The arrow, I think, could go here. Maybe right there. The polka dot. It can maybe go right there. And I may fussy cut another leaf or 2. I've got this one with a color scheme and pattern. It's, again, not gonna use it. So I'm gonna cut something to go right there, maybe. Just something little like this. Kind of quickly go around it. And kind of tuck it in there so that it covers the fact that there's a hole. I wanted the yellow polka dots to be out showing more. I didn't want to tuck it completely under the wreath. Okay. And some glue. And this brings in that blue color that isn't in the original wreath, but is in the large flower cluster. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of stuff that under there and press it down so it makes contact with the paper. Kind of move it over. There we go. Okay, I have somewhere a strip of journaling. And if I can't find it right this red hot minute, I will hunt for it and put it on later. Right now, I'm going to put this over here. I'll kind of shuffle some of those things away. Here's a straight piece of paper. I bet that's it. It is. And I thought I could do that on there. What I wanted to do was cut the foam strip for it. That's about the right length. I just need a different width. Do that. The reason that I'm scrapping this photo now, it's obviously do I want it parallel down here, or do I want it parallel with the photo itself? I think I'm going to go with the photo itself, and I'll do it across that big red flower. Okay, so done and done. And now I'm going to use both yellow and purple Nuvo drops. Let me test. Whoops. I have two yellows because one of them kind of misbehaved. Okay, this seems to be okay. So I'm going to kind of do these inside the flowers. Kind of building up some texture there. And there are lots of dots in the flower centers that are going to be great for this. Okay, and then even some in these smaller flowers. And I'm okay pulling them up into the little peaks. That's not going to bother me for this particular application, or that particular one, the small one. The larger ones I'd prefer not be like that. Okay, here, let me do this one. Hopefully you're able to see that. And let me come down here and do this one. Okay, now I'm going to put a single yellow drop there and group it with two purple ones. I'll put one here. And I'll put another right down here. I guess that's good enough. Okay. And now I hope the purple behaves as well as the yellow. I'm not going to do any of the inside flowers with purple. Let me test this. Okay. And this is a beautiful color. It's called Violet Galaxy. Oops. I thought I had gotten the air out. Okay. And here's where I need Scrapping Amy I need to channel Scrapping Amy. if she's watching this, she's probably throwing things at the screen. Okay. Well, you can tell they're Nuvo drops. That's all I'm gonna say. You can tell they're not enamel dots. And if that was what I was going for, then mission accomplished. This video is done. I can say that I got through something today, and thank you for being there to help me do so. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much. So, thank you. And all that fussy cutting is just amazing. I love fussy cutting. It soothes my weary soul. So, thanks for watching. Bye.